What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video we are going to take a look at Chainlink and figure out exactly what's going to happen to Chainlink next. So if you're interested to find out exactly where you should be looking to buy Chainlink, as well as exactly what's going to happen, you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video. And without any further ado, let's just dive right into it. So right off the bat, on the daily chart, so far you can see that we are still forming this sort of rising wedge sort of pattern so far. And if you know anything about technical indicators, you know that rising wedges have a 68% chance of falling to the downside. And at the moment you can see that we have already fallen to the downside, as you know, as the probabilities would indicate. So does that mean that this is the end for Chainlink? No, not exactly. And we're gonna, like in this video, we're gonna dive deeper into this. And to kick things off, we need to start off from the 4 hourly. And if you watch my previous video on Chainlink, I was telling you guys like not to short Chainlink because we were in a weekly bullish order flow. If you watched that video and if you took my advice, you would be so much in profit. Like I even predicted where Chainlink would end up getting rejected by, and that is right here at this level. Now this bullish candle right here is what you call an order block, and an order block is simply the last bullish candle before a massive move downwards. So in this case, this would be a bearish order block. And in a bullish case, a bullish order block would simply be the last down candle, or rather, you know, this block before a massive move upwards. And if you were in the private Discord group, you would have gotten a call to buy Chainlink at exactly this level. And just look at this, man. This is textbook. It's beautiful. I'm going to get into the private group later, but for now, let's continue onwards with Chainlink. So immediately, this is not looking pretty. And right now, I'm going to make a quick little prediction that we are probably going to get a pullback and then we're going to go down. That's just what I see at the moment. So if you remember during the last video when we talked about order flow, we used weekly levels as a barometer to determine where is the directional bias for institutions. And remember, institutions are the ones that can move the markets, and so we want to follow the institutions. We don't want to be retail here. Remember, institutions are the ones that have like multiple hundreds of millions, and you know, these big candles that you see, that's what institutions do. Over here is retail, and this is institutions. So remember, institutions move the markets, so you want to follow them. So in this case, the reason why I say that we are in a bearish order flow so far is because in this one move right here, we have broken through 2 weekly levels. So if I go back onto the weekly chart, you can see that this is a weekly low as well as this is a weekly low. So remember, the rule for identifying order flow is if you break below 2 levels in one swing, that means you are in a bearish order flow right now. So expect Chainlink to continue going down. And for now, if you remember, during the last video that I made on Chainlink, I said that it was bullish at around this point. You couldn't have gotten this information if you weren't following the institutions. You would have been like, yo, pull back, time to short, baby. And you know, it would have worked out well, but you know, the overall trend is upwards. And same thing goes for here. You can go long if you want to, but you know, on the institutional level, the trend is going against you. So in this case, if you do get pullbacks, you're supposed to start shorting instead of going long. And if you do get a pullback to this level at 19.1, that's going to be quite a sweet little level to go short at. And just to give you a clearer picture, we have to move on to the 4 hourly, in fact. And look at this is textbook, right? You get a breakdown and a bearish retest, and then now you're going down, which is textbook. It's beautiful. So 100%, right? Retail traders are going to be looking at this like, oh, hey, we just broke down. But honestly, the moment this level broke right here, you're already in a bearish order flow. So look for shorts, all right? Especially if you get a pullback back to this level at 18.5. Not only is 18.5 the trendline resistance, but you're also getting, you know, a point of control. So for, yeah, look, perfect, like perfect. This orange line right here, this is what you call a point of control, which means the largest amount of sellers and buyers actually, or rather sellers, are going to be looking to take profit here or go short, and it lines up with the theory. So you always want to respect the point of control, and you know, if we do break above the point of control, then you start looking for bullishness. But in this case, you have pretty much, you know, multiple overhead resistances ahead of you, so look for shorts. So just to give you guys a clearer picture of, you know, exactly what's going on, let's hop onto the 1 hourly. And immediately I'm going to want to introduce you to a quick little theory about institutional trading, and that is the fact that they always want to hunt out the liquidity that is in the markets. So order blocks, if you remember, when I talked about them just now, they are simply untapped areas of liquidity, and that's why price tends to go into the order block and like literally, like look at this. This is as close of a snipe as you're gonna get. And if you want these kinds of snipes, make sure you follow me on my Twitter at _theartofcrypto. Over here, I'm sharing the latest market updates, such as this Bitcoin fractal that I've been drawing. And, so far, it looks like it's been respecting it so far, which means, fingers crossed, Bitcoin's probably going to go back up to about 34k or 34.5k and then take an absolute massive dump. But of course, fractals are just, fractals. They are a thing of the past. So take it with a grain of salt. So back to Chainlink. So here's the million-dollar question: what trades can you take? So in this case, you're going to want to look for this level from 18.5 to 18.7 to build a short. So you're going to want to go short at these two levels, and you're going to want to place your stop loss just a tad bit, 1 or 2% above this weekly low at 19.1. So this trade is going to be pretty good, because if you do enter this trade, assuming that you get in, somewhere around here, and you set your stop loss, say, 1% above, so 2.5, so about 3.5 or maybe 4, right? 4% stop loss. Your reward is actually going to be somewhere around 12% to at least 7.5%. Now, I don't know about you, but a 1.87 risk to reward ratio sounds pretty good to me, and I take that any time of the day. So that's going to be your entry number 1. Now, in order to find out where exactly to take profits at, I'm going to bring up the VPVR indicator, and we're gonna have a look. Where is the best prices for us to take profit on our short? And immediately, right off the bat, remember what I said about liquidity, right? If we zoom out just a little bit, you can see, look at how much liquidity is in this order block right here. So don't be surprised if Chainlink just, drops if you feel the short here, and just don't be surprised if it comes down here to find support. So in this case, this would actually be, close to 7%, 8%, which is pretty decent. So that's going to be our take profit number 1. Now, what if you break below this level as well? Now, this is going to be your entry number 2, yeah? If you break below this level at 16.4, then you're going to want to take a short down to about 15.4 as well. This is going to be another 5, 6, 7%-ish trade, which I don't know about you, but that sounds good to me. Right now, I'm also going to mark out some very key levels for Chainlink to hold if it does get to this point. And that level is going to be at 13.4. So in the event, remember when I said, Bitcoin is potentially going to go down from here, which means if Bitcoin goes down, then everything's going to go down as well. So you're potentially going to look to buy Chainlink cheaper. So if you want to understand exactly what are the best prices to get Chainlink at, you're going to want to zoom out, right? Bring up your VPVR and just observe where has the highest volume been historically located at. And at the moment, that level is going to be at around 13.4, 13.5-ish. So if you do manage to get a Chainlink at that level, it's going to be brilliant, right? So what's going to end up happening is, price is going to dump hard, from mass liquidations. If you don't know yet, there is a bunch of long orders open on Bitcoin right now, which means the open interest is really high. Not as high as it was when Bitcoin was back here, but right now it's still pretty high. And that means if the Bitcoin price were to dump, you're going to get mass liquidations, and it's just going to pull the entire crypto markets down. So right now, seriously, look for shorts, don't go long for now. And I'm going to get into bullish scenarios in a bit, but for now, this is going to be the levels that you're going to want to buy Chainlink at, which is 15, 13.4. So these two levels. So what's going to end up happening if you do get Chainlink at, either one of these levels, is that the price is going to just, come down here, and then it's going to get a bounce, right? Usually the bounce is to a very near area value. And in this case, it's going to be right here at 10% at about 16.4. So if you do, if the price does bounce from here, then this is where you're going to want to take profits at, yeah? Or alternatively, if it does break below this level, then expect it to find hard support at this level and expect it to bounce either to here or to here. Now, if we just measure that out, that's about 10% to 20%. I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty good to me. As for where to set your stop loss, in this case, you're sort of dip buying. So, just set a stop loss, 5% or maybe, about 5% below this level, or maybe about 10. I would use about 10. So just, manage your risk. 10% stop loss is really wide. So in this case, you're going to want to apply the principle of dollar cost averaging, because nobody knows exactly where's the bottom. Like, I can show you that there's really strong support at this level, but there is no guarantee that the price will come down to here. Maybe it could just come down to here and bounce. So you don't ever want to enter all of your position, you know, in one lump sum. You want a dollar cost average, and what that simply means, right? All that means is, you know, as the price is going down, maybe you go 50% of your position here and you enter 50% of your position here. Doing so will allow you to not only secure your entry if the price does bounce, but not only that, if the price were to keep dropping, because nobody knows where's the exact bottom, yeah? Then what you'll do is your entry price will get dragged lower and lower, and perhaps by the time the price reaches here, your entry point would be somewhere about here, maybe 14. And if you just measure from, let's say, 14 to over here, that's 5%, and that's 16%, which is still very good. Of course, if you can catch the absolute bottom, kudos to you. So that was the bearish possibility for Chainlink. Right now, let us go back into the charts and let's take a look. What are the bullish possibilities for Chainlink? And at the moment, as I've already said, order flow is bearish, but the bullish possibility, I wouldn't really start, you know, buying Chainlink at $17. I wouldn't start buying at $16. In fact, I would simply just, you know, wait for price to get to here. But if you want to look at a bullish possibility, so if we just go back onto the 4 hourly and I bring up a linear regression, in this case it would be a logarithmic regression, you can see that on the 4 hourly at least, we are nearing the bottom of this band in terms of a regression. And usually the middle part is like the mean, right? And you know, the further you deviate from the mean, that means, you know, the price tends to want to come back to the mean, just to put it like really simply. So the bullish possibility in this case would be to get Chainlink somewhere about 17.3, look for a double bottom formation, and then look for it to bounce. That's going to be your bullish possibility. If you buy here, remember, just set your stop loss, you know, somewhere a little bit further, because if you remember anything about me talking about institutional trading, they like to hunt out the liquidity in the markets. And if everybody is going long at this level, guess where they're setting their stop loss? That's right below this level. So if you do set your stop loss right below this level as well, trust me when I say the institutions are going to absolutely stop you out. So yeah, it's pretty bleak for Chainlink in terms of the bullish possibilities. So seriously, for now, just look for a bearish possibility, at least until you break both of these levels. If you break both of these levels in one move, right? If let's say Chainlink just moves up right now, then yeah, go for it, right? Then you would be switching into a bullish order flow. So in this case, your long idea would be to buy the breakout of this level at 20, and your second entry would be to buy the breakout retest of 20 at about here, and you're going to set your stop loss right below. And then your profit target is going to be at about 22, 23, yeah, 23, that's the one, because over here you have sort of a volume resistance. So just pay attention to this level. Oh, in fact, this $23 level, if you do get it, is going to be absolutely brilliant as well, because this is a bearish order block. If you just take a look here, right, it's brilliant. Everything lines up, man. Like, once you start getting familiarized with volume profiling, you sort of, it really puts a crystal ball in front of you, and you know, you sort of know exactly which levels the institutions are looking at. Now remember, we got rejected exactly at this bearish order block, and if you're interested to learn more about stuff like this, I really highly recommend you to join the private Discord group, because over here, not only am I making profitable trading setups every single day, where, you know, I've had people who just joined this group not long ago, brand spanking new to trading, and look at the amount of profits that they're making. Look at this guy. The 100x leverage were my first trades. I learned my lesson, followed my advice, bam, 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 right? Every single day. Like, there's been so many people who have made back their money in just a couple of trades. So if you're interested, you're going to want to join this group. And I would even pitch this group as, you know, forget the chart calls, like forget these trading calls. If you're serious about doing crypto or trading for a career and you want to turn this into a living, you're going to want to join this group solely for the education that you're going to get. Like, look at this, Salokin. The trading course you made is so good. Have learned more in this 1 week than I have in 3 months. Thanks for everything. Like, for real, I'm not going to overpitch this group as, you know, oh, come in here and you're going to make money. But if you're serious about doing this for a career and, you know, you just want some proper guidance, now 90% of the things out there, they don't work. And if you want something, you know, if you want to learn something that works, then you're going to want to check out the private Discord group, yeah? Right now, if you go to the link in the description, if you pay with crypto, you can get up to 40% off. Right now, monthly signups are closed because I really want to be able to give focused attention to every single member in the group, and I can't do that if there's too many people in the group. But on my Twitter, I have a waitlist, so if you're interested to join monthly, I want you to sign up for the waitlist, but that won't be opening up in the near future, at least probably a couple of weeks to a month. So if you want to get into the Discord group, head to the link in the description and sign up now. So I know that was a little bit drawn out of a video, which is not usually my style, but I just wanted to make it clear that right now you are in a bearish order flow, so don't be looking for longs. Yeah, just go for shorts for now and look to buy Chainlink at a cheaper price. And if you want to know what those prices are, these are the levels, right? 17.3, 16.4, 15 and 13.5 ish. These are going to be good levels to buy Chainlink regardless of anything. And if you were a Chainlink investor / hodler, that's going to be good prices to get Chainlink at, right? Dollar cost average. Don't go in with one lump sum immediately. And right now I have given you these levels to the exact dollar, so if you can't even take the time to mark these levels out on your own chart, there is literally nothing more that I can do for you, so make sure you mark them out. And for those of you who watched until this point, I want you to comment down in the comment section bearish order flow so that I know who the real ones are. For now, I'll see you in the Discord group, if you're serious about doing this, and may the gains be with you, and peace.